Hey everyone, welcome to Madmen Design. In other words, a 40-year-old dude in his garage with an airbrush and some models and a 3D printer. So here I'm working on the Spiderman versus Hulk. So here I'm just using the Army painter, I think it's called Bright Red, and some Vallejo airbrush thinner. Putting a couple clear coats on the Spiderman. Did a light zenithal highlight with the primers, and what that is just I primed them all black, and then when I situated him where he would be on the model, and then sprayed the lighter gray primer from the light source would be coming from to help create shadows and give it some to help out. So you don't have to do them later. It naturally does it because the lighter color goes on the top, and then the black will stay in the shadow area. And you just paint over with the same color paint, and then just the undercoat to help create the shadows and definition of a lot of things. The other red I've used it in the past and not have a problem with this red, and I did the same thing, but today it just didn't want to work with me. I guess it's too late for it. It didn't want to sit and work late with me. I take the gun apart and put it back together, and I take my gun apart and clean it before I'm done at the end of the night, so it's put away clean. Um, but it just was fighting today, but it would go good, and then it would chunk out a blob, and that's what you see me dab with the model from time to time. Don't really worry about it too much because several coats and it will go away. I'll dab. If it's real thick and runny, I'll dab it off with a paper towel, and then I'll leave it out with the brush again. That's why my glove looks as red as it does. Usually I don't have hardly any airbrush paint on there, but I was touching it because it was just acting up. But I got through it, powered through it, and get it done. Yeah, I'm just hitting all he's got a little red around the waist on this piece. So he's on the back, and he's got his logo on the back. I'll hit him a little later, and I keep assembling them like this, and then hit them from the light source. You can kind of see the shadows already forming there from the zenithal highlight. So now I'm working on the boot. So I'm holding the position with and spraying from the way the light was, so the orientation is correct. I went ahead and put a coat all the way around, but I emphasized on the light source area to create shadows and the texture. He's got webbing on his boot, so I'll have to go in and hit all that black later. I don't know if I'm going to use brush or a panel line wash. I did panel line wash on a previous Spider-Man. It worked out pretty good. It had the texture. You got to put a clear coat over them, satin clear coat. So if you mess up with the panel line wash, it will strip the paint off the model. So you have to be very careful. You have to put a protective layer on there. So I'll just use satin. You see, I'm taking the gun apart again, cleaning it. It was just acting up. Now I'm going to this transparent red. It's real thin red. Usually it's pretty good right out of the bottle. I had to thin a little bit tonight. This red just didn't want to work with me. The blue later worked fine. I thinned one, but it had no issues while spraying that I can recall. I'm doing this voiceover several days later after I actually painted the model. And I'm just working with a GoPro camera and an old mic I found that will actually plug into my laptop. So working with what I got. I'll try that grease up later and maybe do a little better videos, but just and get some better lighting. Might try to do something overhead where you're looking down, and so you can see it better instead off to the side. Taking the gun apart again, cleaning it. It just keeps acting up, but it is what it is. Just keep going. You gotta get the job done. I got a show coming up in November at NerdCon here locally. It's November the 6th here in Mont Belvieu. So at the Rec Center, and expecting about 2,000 people there. I got a table. I paid for the table back in May, and we did a little pop-up market, but life is an ugly four-letter word sometimes, and here I am racing to the finish line, even though I got a month and a half to the show, but I got a special order I'm working on. I started printing while I was working on this, Big Venom. You'll see the photos. I'll post everything later. Here, just using, I think it's called Crystal Blue from Army Painter. emphasizing the paint from the light source again to try to help create the shadows. And just I'll assemble them and check my lighting. And just working on it. Sometimes I rest my hand on my glove hand so I can steady get up close to the line, because there's actually a raised line between the blue and the reds on the model itself. So a little later I can use a paintbrush and the black and help with that a lot. And here's that I think it was Laguna blue, like a lighter blue, and try to hit it from the light source as well. I just keep working it, going layers. I end up picking up the transparent dark blue, almost purple color to hit the backside and spray over all the black that I didn't hit with the bright blue to really emphasize the shadows and get really close and outline the muscle groups and everything out. I just keep working on it. Stay tuned. I'm about to end up for the night on this model the way it is. I'll hit all the black later and eyes, and we'll just go from there. And here's this. Stay tuned. Let's see the finished product. I'm going to work on the Hulk next, get some basic color on him.